lineup changes. Anything that you can tell us about your lineup tonight?
Big game time on Shabbat and Brown, but both are expected to play.
Starting goaltender?
Forsberg.
Okay. What is your main message going into this game tonight?
Well, I mean, Kane got a hat trick last time we played him. Continues to score and make plays like he's not aging in this league. So we have to be aware at all times when he's on the ice. We got to do a much better job than we did. But again, I say it over and over. It's not so much about the other team. It's more about us and the way we play. And we have to continue to play that way, here in our homestand, the way we played in Vegas, the way we played in St. Louis, the way we played in parts of Seattle. And if we do that, we'll be fine.
Just you watch Kane and Jr., I'm sure, when he was with London, and just what makes him so special?
It's a funny story. In Windsor, I think they had lost 20 straight to the Knights or something. The 04-05 Memorial Cup team there, London, Corey Perry and all those guys. And they were losing them all. And then the next year, London was going to be no good, and it was going to be our time to kind of step on them or what have you. And then this Kane comes in. I'd never heard of him, and they said he was good. I said, yeah, sure, whatever. First exhibition game, I think he got 7 points or something. And then they went on and won the league title. So, you know what? He's been a dominant player his whole career. He continues to be. He makes plays in traffic. Everyone's tried everything to shut him down. He can shoot when he has to. He can make plays when he has to. It's good for the game of hockey when you got players that good.
No, and I just remember you saying after that last game when he basically came off the COVID list, had a morning skate, and got 3 points, right?
Yeah, well, he just thinks the game so well. And that's half the battle in this league. I mean, there's speed, there's strength, there's all these things, and then there's how smart you are, and obviously his hands and his brain navigate him through a lot of games.
Just, is your plan to use Gus on Monday? Is that
we wanted to get him. One of the. They're never 100% guaranteed on anything with goalies, but Gus has to play some games here down the stretch. So he will play some. The plan was, that he would play one of these two. So we're looking at him playing Monday probably.
Has this year been tough on him? And just from a standpoint of when you're up here having to be backing up, you're not getting your action down there kind of thing?
Yeah, but I mean, that's every goalie that's tried to break into the league goes through the exact same thing. You're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're backing up, you're starting down there, you're starting up here. You have to prove you belong in the league. And part of that is going through all that. And some guys can do it, some guys can. And if you look at, some of the guys over the years that have gone on to be, guys that started where he was and then gone on to be real good NHL goalies, they've all gone through that exact same process. To be in the NHL as a goalie, you got to beat somebody out. And, it's a hard thing to do. There's only, so many goalies out there. It's not like playing, wing where there's 5 a team or 8 a team. There's only 2 a team essentially that get to play. So it's a tough position to crack in. But, I mean, he's on pace with everyone else. He just has to show he can do it at this level.
Just one last thing for me. Pierre was saying yesterday that he'd like, in the ideal scenario, Murray and Forsberg finish the season here, and Gus gets the chance to battle for playoff time with Sogard in Belleville. What would that do for him if he got that opportunity?
Well, that's the good part about it is you got Sogard as well that is not willing to give his spot either. It's not like he's handing it over to anybody. So I think, if they could go on a run down there and have some success, in the playoffs, it's going to help everybody. Him, Sogard, but not only that, the players down there. That's part of the development process is being in playoff games and all these things. And if they can do that and he can play extra games down there, that's great.
DJ, how does facing Jonathan Toews kind of help some of you youngsters get some experience? You always talk about thousands of face-offs needed. How can going against someone like Toews kind of help their experience in the face-off that?
Well, he's a guy that's he's won at every big stage there is to win, and you get an opportunity to play against him and learn from him. So I'm happy he's back playing, and I've said that before. I'd rather play the best team in the league than play a team that's not going good at this point. We want to win every game. We've said that, but it's about our guys getting better. So if our guys can learn one thing from him tonight, it makes us better.
Any difference managing guys at this time of year, knowing that some of them might be going, is it, and then have to be said or done, anything like that, ice time, anything like that?
No, I think you still have to talk to them. I think one of the myths is that, they're adults and they can handle all this stuff. That's just simply not true. Whether it's junior or pros, they have to be talked to on a regular basis. Everyone has feelings. Everyone has mental health. Everyone has highs and lows. And at this point of the year, if you're a guy that doesn't have a contract and possibly being traded, it's not just you, it's your family. It's moving. It's the whole thing that goes with it. And it'd be wrong to say that we think it doesn't bother people, because it has to. I mean, if anyone in life knew that possibly they were changing jobs, changing cities, changing everything within the next month, a lot of people wouldn't sleep every night, to put it into perspective. So we'll see what happens here. Obviously, that's Pierre's job. My job's to coach the team. But as they're here, I talk to them and try and get the best out of them every single day.
What about, kind of the idea of being a spoiler? Is that a motivating thing? Is it even a thing?
I think last year it was. At the end, spoilers. I think for us, it's just to get healthy, to get our group where we need to be to start next year. And if that's Pinto back, if it's Drake back. And we know that, we're at the point now where Brady's getting, into that age where, he's starting to come, be not a kid anymore. I mean, he's still young, but he's not 19. Shabbat, these guys, they know, and I know that next year has to be a significant improvement. And whatever reps and whatever games we can get in this year, that's going to help for next year. And I've said it before, a guy like Parker Kelly needs these minutes. Can he do it every day in the NHL? Let's see who fits in where. So when you go to training camp, it's not a whole bunch of guys trying out. It's you getting your team ready.
In your tenure, how much, if at all, have you had the full complement of the lineup that you envisioned when you kind of took the job?
Not a lot. The first year was everyone, kind of moving out. DeMello getting traded and Borrow getting, not coming back, and Pager getting traded. And then the next year, much of the same with COVID. Mike Riley, left. So when you're sellers, you're moving people out. At this point, the young guys are starting to become the majority of our team. And we're getting close. Unfortunately, injuries have played a big part in it. But we're getting healthier. And the core of our team, you can see, is certainly taking shape, with Norris, Stutzel, Pinto, when he gets healthy down the middle. You've got White. You see Formanton coming. You see Kelly coming. You see some of these pieces, Batherson. You see some of these pieces, these core pieces starting to come. And I think as you get the Sandersons, the Clevens, and these guys start to come, and then what happens is there's inner competition amongst each other, and that's when you have a really good team. Is when one of the guys that's been here is getting pushed by a young guy for his job, and that's when that inner competition takes over, and then that's when I think you're good for a long time. But to answer your question, we haven't been healthy, and that's kind of why in April, let's hope that we can get some of that, even if it's 10 games, to see where we're at as a group.
You envision that group, and some of the guys obviously you don't know Sanderson, whatever, but where is it that you see that you might need some help, or is it a depth thing? Is it where do you see that?
Well, I always think on the back end is the biggest thing. When you look at the best teams in the league, you look at their defense and how good they are. You just look at Tampa. When they win, they're still adding guys. Every year they're adding guys. And you just look at the teams that win, and you look at their back end and how good they are. And you want your own players to be those guys, and you're going to give every opportunity. And let's find out. But certainly I've talked with Pierre about it. If that's what we need, then he's going to concentrate on that. But at this point, we want to give all our kids the chance to be those guys. But I think in order to take that step, that has to be the strongest position on our team for us to win every night. Is defense has to be, in my opinion, the strongest position.